walking over now, it is of course Sebastian Vettel, but I'm going to introduce them as they come in. So from Infinity, we have Jack Wilkerson, so he runs the Infinity Sales Operations Network Development. So please welcome Jack onto the stage. And then with him is Andrea Seagull, who is the director of the Infinity Formula One program. And then, of course, what you've all been waiting for, please welcome on the stage 4 times world champion, Sebastian Vettel! So, ladies and gents, we will shortly, or in about 15-20 minutes, open it up to the crowd. So if you do have any questions, please put your hand up. We've got some roaming mics and we'll come and find you. But beforehand, I'd like to...
Things you try to offer, like I know you're involved in the development of the Q50 and you mentioned the, of course, the Vettel FX. And I believe also you've had a little bit of involvement in the coming Q30. But what types of things do you look for? What advice do you try to give?
Well, first of all, thanks for the reception. Basically, it's about driving. So, you know, what I do for living, I obviously try to give some expertise. I had to learn and understand that it's generally a slow process. So, whereas in Formula One, when I'm not so happy with the car, I'd like some things to be changed. It happens, at least overnight, if not So, whereas with road cars and developing road cars, it's a very, very long process. So I had to get used to that. But basically, I try to give some feedback whenever I can. Obviously, I've got a day job, so on top of that, I try to help out a little bit, drive the cars around, give some feedback based on what I feel. Simple things like how's the steering, brake, more complicated system behind it, bigger challenge for the engineers. So at this stage, to be honest, we don't know whether we'll be quicker or slower. I hope that we will be about the same, not slower. As a driver, you know, you always want to go faster, not slower.
Okay, we have the Austin Grand Prix coming up this weekend. We got a question about your preparation for a big race, and I know we're going to go down to Tootsie's and blow it out tonight here, you and me, but after that, what do you do to kind of what's your preparation like for a race? When do you start kind of getting in the zone, so to speak, and do you have a routine that you go through, or take us through what you have planned the next few days?
Yeah, definitely have a routine. Obviously, the weekend really starts on Friday with free practice, but Thursday, so tomorrow, I'll be already at the track talking to engineers. We have some meetings about what's new, what's the main challenges, what's there to look out for, etc. Friday we start getting in the car. We have 2 sessions of free practice, and then Saturday basically qualification, Sunday race. So in a way you have a certain routine, and you always run through the same process. But latest by Sunday or latest by Saturday, when come qualifying, you try to obviously get in the zone. I left the pits and I thought, all right, give it a, see what's the power, how it feels like, etc. And I said, okay, that's it. As for real men, it's more like PlayStation to me than real life. It happens way too quick. But then after a couple of laps, I got the hang of it, and it's highly addictive. So I knew that I want to do it again, and I think really when I got the chance in Formula One, and after a while had the feeling that I was driving the car rather than the car driving me. I understood that I might have a chance, but I'm not. Generally, I don't like talking about myself so much, and I'm not thinking that. I'm the best, or I'm way better than the others. I think generally the level is very high, and I'm already happy if I get considered as one of the better ones.
Good question. That's great. So a couple laps in.
PlayStation was more for fun, so I don't think it will ever replace the real thing. Just like in any other other sports where you might have the possibility to simulate certain things, but you still have to go out and do it. So you can think your whole life about being a runner, but yeah, you'd be pretty bad if you stand on the line, never run before, and try to match the other guys. So I think it's important, especially in an early age, to get the real experience, to develop, I think, the feeling and the feeling you need to have later on to feel the car, set up the car, and pinpoint at what you need to go faster.
One, what's your favorite feature of the Q50? And second, I hope I don't get in trouble for asking, but what is maybe the one thing that you think should be different about the car? Maybe we should consider changing with the next model.
It's too late now, isn't it? Yeah, generally I drove the car, was it last year? Last October in Japan for the first time, and there were lots of things that I didn't like, which have been changed. So I even got to the point where I said to the Japanese test driver, okay, you drive this car, I'm not driving this car. Because there was an issue with the steering, and it was offset, and they didn't believe me. Then I said, okay, right, then you drive and you tell me that that's right, it's impossible. So a lot of those things got changed. Yeah, if you ask me, I always target more performance, but it's a road car, so it's not made for me. It's made for hopefully a lot of people that decide to buy it. Yeah, so it's not fair when I have to judge. As a car, just from travel from one place to another, I'm really happy with it. So I think it's a very good car.
Excellent. How are you? Good. Really? Paul got one too.
Yeah, exactly. Ramp up the speed every lap.
Racing line that these drivers will be taking over the weekend.
You know what, actually we should go up and Chef.